Yo, what app were we actually supposed to talk about today?
We are gonna get into that right now.
I was like, yo, we were supposed to talk about some app. I forgot what it was though.
Yeah, that ain't gonna take too long. I don't think.
The Pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, math.
Bro already know. So
I ain't used it yet, but not much.
I've played a little bit with it, and I don't want to shit. I'm the shit master of apps. I shit on all the apps.
Do it.
I know that's why you was laughing, bro. He knows. I just can't hold it back. I just gotta shit on these apps sometimes. I'm not gonna shit on them. However, let's see. I definitely was crashing when. What you said?
You said I'm not gonna shit on them, but I'm
gonna shit on them.
Yeah,
a little bit. So it's cool, but I think, I mean, if you don't, it's more of like a step sequencer than to me. And I'm just not a fan of them. I like to play my shit out. So that's, not for everyone, but whatever. But as far as the app itself, when I tried to record sounds in, I just kept crashing. So that's a bug they gotta fix. I don't see an undo feature. Maybe I'm missing it. But why wouldn't you have an undo? Now I apologize if I'm missing it. But did anyone else play with this app? Like
I messed around with it a little bit, but I didn't get really deep like that. Like I was loading sounds in as opposed to like recording them, only because like I was messing with like on a bus, like on a phone.
Right, that works. Stuff. Yeah, that worked well. That works did fine. You see an undo?
I don't even want to look at it.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I play with it for a minute.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I got the edit button, but that's it.
Yeah. Now, the sliders weren't really working for me well. I don't really like the effects in there, but if you would use it, you would probably use it, in AUV3. So you would probably, you could use effects wherever else. I don't like that you cannot turn off the quantize. However, I read that, because I'm not a quantized person.
I'm not either.
I'm a fuck it up and make it sound the way it is type of person. So when you can't turn off quantize, that's big for me. Like I don't like that too machiney sound. Like I'm more of a player. I'm not a programmer. And I'm not shitting on anyone that does step sequence a lot and just program and punch their shit in. I like to play my shit. So that's just my, personal opinion. However, I will say Elliot Garage has said that he's working on that, taking that quantize where you can just take it off. So I'll give him that. What else?
I didn't know that.
What's the highest quantize you can get on there? Is it like 64
you can get, 3 seconds? Yeah, 64. You get
64 is the closest you're gonna get to no quantize.
It's not terrible though. I mean,
you could get.
It got some potential, I think.
Cause see, for me, the best use for this, like, is if like say like you was on GarageBand or something, like that's all you had and you wanted to like use like samples, like for real samples. Like to me, like this would be a good almost like a good drum machine to have in there, like because the drums they have in there are good. There's nothing wrong with them. But like I don't know, like if you want to use like some, like if you had some drums that you wanted to use yourself, but like you didn't want to do it in the way they do it in GarageBand,
because their shit sucks in there. Yeah, that would be dope.
It's like one sound, you know what I mean?
But now let me ask you a question. You said you were playing with, like, you were bringing sounds in and messing with the sampler. That wasn't working right for me either. So maybe my shit is just buggy. I don't know.
Yeah, my sampler, everything was
yours worked fine.
Yeah, like everything, but like I said, I didn't really get to mess with it like a whole lot. Like I didn't even the only thing like I'm not a big fan of the sequencer itself. Like it just like something about it just didn't work right for me. Just plugging in notes. It just wasn't very comfortable. It seemed like a little stiff. You know what I mean? But but I don't know. Like I like the idea of it. the look of it, I feel like it could be a little bit better. But you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah. Cosmetically.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we definitely should say this app is brand new. It's out for a hot 2 weeks. So I'm sure he's gonna get in there and make a lot of adjustments as well. But maybe I just have a buggy version. Maybe I'm gonna delete and reinstall because the sampler wasn't working right for me either.
I think too it has a lot of potential. I know a lot of people, including myself, I forgot to mention, but I use AUM a lot, and that's one of my favorite apps too as well. But with AUM, you don't have a standard drum machine, and so you can switch it out. Like I use elastic drums, and I start using this a little bit. I'm more of a beat your shit out on the pads too as well. I like the no quantize feel, kind of live feel, live drum feel of swing and whatnot. But then also using elastic drums, you have to program a lot of stuff in, but you can also live beat it into. I like the fact that it has 16 pad layout to where if I'm gonna do some live drumming on like the tabletop or whatever, I can do that too. And the parameters being on top of everything is tight. And I think if he figures out a way to add a little bit more of a live feel and also do maybe a little bit of programming on top of everything else, it has a lot of potential. It's because I know a lot of cats are starting to gravitate towards AUM because you have the ability to bring in everything so easily, and once you figure out how to use AUM, man, you're off to the races. So I have some tutorials coming out. Hopefully, if I get my act together and put them out, it's going to show you how to use some different effects within the AUM to use your drums and whatnot. Because I think the biggest obstacle people have with using AUM is that you can get a nice melody, but you can't really record anything into AUM. Kind of in a MIDI sequence, everything's audio, and you don't have the ability to go off to the races and like we record things as easily as you do in Beatmaker 3. So I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's best used for as a plugin, and I could see a lot of potential using it in Beatmaker 3. But right now I'm kind of just started using elastic drums, and if y'all get a chance to, you may not like it at first, but once you figure it out, especially with AU3, it's nice because you have access to a lot of different kits and whatnot. And I do like some of the kits in this, so I think it's pretty tight. I've seen some of the things he's done on IG with it, as far as dragging in samples kind of easily. But I have some drum machines too. It's kind of like redundant.
I don't think that sample drag feature is available yet.
I think they just did it. I think they dropped it today, Cheese.
Oh, that's the one that's...
really?
I forgot to tell you that. Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to say I seen that. Oh. But I don't know if it worked.
So yeah, word.
Sequencer looks kind of like Core Gadget a little bit. On the drum page.
Yeah. But I like to see. You can't zoom. Well, at least on the phone, you can't really zoom in on the sequencer. I like to zoom in on sequences.
Oh,
at least, you know what I mean? Like that to me is like I can't. Oh no, wait, no, you can't zoom in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can. You can zoom in.
Can you zoom onto the whole phrase, or you have to have it like on pages, like on Gadget?
You can it's just one, but it's just one sequencer on here. That's the only thing. So it's not like where in Gadget like you have like multiple sequences.
Oh yeah,
because it's different tracks. So this is just all just one.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can like zoom in on this like sequencer and all of that, but like I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just like for me, I just don't know how to work it just well just yet. That's all it is.
Too much either. So
one thing I wish.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I was gonna say one thing I wish it had was like a legit envelope parameters, because I mean, it's got the fades where you can say, okay, here's your attack, your decay, and stuff like that. But I want to be like way more precise. And another thing I wish that it had was be able to show if you're in polyphony, where the polyphonies is. Because like when I went through, because I threw 808s in there, and I went and did like a simple note, and you can hear it going together. And it took me a little while to figure out, oh, I just had to do this. I forgot what something I did, and then finally it went back to being mono to where, but you're not gonna do no 808 glides in that thing. I'm sorry. It's just gonna be just regular doom 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 for your 808s.
Yeah, so, to me this go ahead, my fault.
Oh, so that like what I've noticed, I mean, probably the one good use that you could use for pulse is like if your samples are already set up to where you want it to trigger it, okay, then pulse is pretty much your thing. And if you're trying to like say, like, I mean, what EG is doing, I mean, it's great, but like trying to actually throw it in there and actually trying to do it, then there's more things to it than just to say, hey, I'm just gonna plug in a sample and start using it chromatically, because there's a lot of dynamics that goes along to it. Which I mean, that he knows. Which I mean, and some of the effects that he put on there is kind of him saying that he acknowledges that, hey, these are some things that you can do. But it's like, when you think about it, it's just not enough, especially if you're trying to say, hey, you can throw some samples in there. Hey, you can go in there, you can play like instrument and stuff like that. Because it's like, okay, you see the same thing happen with Beatmaker 3, and yeah, we already know the Godzilla in the room with that whole thing. But on its good day, it works. Where you see E.G. Poston, it's kind of a word down version of the sampler from Beatmaker 3. So it's like, would you put it in the Beatmaker 3 knowing that, hey, you can kind of do it?
Probably the best thing would be the Garageband.
For me, if I always think about the sample based producer, because I feel like that's the producer like a lot of times that people forget about, and like somebody who wanted to like just make like a beat with samples and all they had was GarageBand or something like that, and they couldn't like get like something else, and they had GarageBand and this, like you could throw samples in here, but like you said, you'd have to have it chopped up already somehow, some way. You have to be really creative, you know what I mean? Or you could just throw the whole sample in and then just truncate on each pad, you know what I mean? Chop it manually, like old school style. But like, I feel like it has a lot of potential. I also feel like he's kind of like trying to stay away from being a sampler, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I said this is like the perfect, like this is for drums, like, and not to say you can't play your pads, you can, but I just feel it's better at just like a step punching them in, you know what I mean? Like step sequencer.
Yeah, but I feel like you could get like if you wanted to chop a sample up, right? Because you only got access to 16 pads on this, right? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to chop a sample up and you had the joint, and you had 16 pieces on it, like you could because you can put like so much on each pad, like if you wanted to and you wanted it to be like a little bit off, even though like the sequencer is pretty much stuck on the grid, you could work some things out. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like I've done way more with way less before. You know what I mean? So
this is true, but it's like Jay says, like for all of that, then just go into BM3.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. Because Beatmaker 3 would make it way easier. I see what you're saying. Because this is almost like a step backwards. In a sense.
Shit. Even the and I know at times we shitted on this app, but then we bigged it up because it has its benefits. The FL Studio, the Fruity Loop Studio Mobile, like same shit. You know what I mean? Even going into there would be easier or more things. You know what I mean? And even with the Impcpro, like I said before, I like to do a lot of drums in there and then export my drums out into Beatmaker 3 and then put my samples on. So like what makes this, you know what I mean? Not to sound like shady on them, but
no, I dig it. Yeah, I feel like for a producer that might do like trap beats or something like that, and you like the producer's doing trap beats, a producer's doing sample based beats, and like it's a real like tiny niche, and you're using something like let's say like Cubasis or like even GarageBand. You know what I'm saying? Like those two apps right there, because like to me their samplers are so limited. Like this is something that maybe like if you wanted to use outside drum machine that could work, because you can't send any MIDI into this at all. Like,
I think you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh shit! You
can use MIDI and trigger it.
Oh damn! Nah, then you could then like because at that point I don't care about the sequencer on there.
Hey, what's that fill button right here?
That's dope though. I'll give them that. That fill button is dope because like you see how the 1, 2, 3 you have your patterns. You can just hold the fill and click one of those patterns to fill in that bar, and then let go. It'll just jump in. So that was pretty dope. That fill.
I'd use it for that alone, right?
Yeah, I swear to God, you ain't lying because I was having fun with that. But this is not, I don't know. This was more, I found myself making like techno beats and EDM. I wasn't making like hip hop, what I like. So I was having fun with it when I made like a club beat and I was just like going off with that fill and going back and forth in different patterns. It was dope as shit for that. I will give them that.
It's hard to find that, man. Last time I saw that was on like the Boss 660 drum machine.
I'll give him that. That shit was a lot of fun.
I mean, it might be good for like percussion. Like you could do like your harder sounds on your beat out your harder sounds like a kick and the 808s on like a standard, fill, and then you could just use like percussion or pieces on this too. I think it's good for electronic, and like I said, I think a lot of people are trying to incorporate AUM as their DAW choice right now too, because there's other DAWs that are out there, but they crash. And with AUM, you can incorporate so many different apps so easily just by the click of a button. So, like I like Audio Bus and I like AUM too as well. And AUM, I think, is coming up, and I think it might be the next wave as far as especially if you come from an Ableton Productions background a little bit. So I can see something like this being useful for that aspect, especially if he eventually incorporates the live drumming aspect into it. But I got so many different MIDI or so many different drum machines on iOS. They're all tight, but a lot of them after a while become redundant. They all do the same thing, especially with sequencing. You don't get that swing necessarily that you would with an MPC or with Beatmaker 3 that you would with using this app. So,
did any of you guys ever use his other apps, like the
Waveshaper?
Yeah, that too. I believe is his.
Yeah, I never
picked it up, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, I never got them. Truthfully,
yeah, me neither.
I think a long time ago I had like one synth. It was like one of his older synths, like a long time ago, probably 2-3 years ago. But then I used it like one time, and I was like, nah. Because during that time, it's like you still had Thor, you still had Nave, you still had these other synths, and then like say your cheaper ones from like Ice Gear, where you have a place to rinse and stuff like that. Like those apps were like good. So you look at EG, and it's like, well, what's its selling point? What's its thing that's going to make you like, okay, I'm gonna rock with it when I got like all these other apps that are just where if low key I could just use that and that's it instead of just buying other things. So like it just didn't have what it took for me. Like, okay, I get what it's doing, art is cool, it's insta buy. Where like say where with like the new one like Lagrange where it's like, oh, but I knew what Ice Gear what they did in the past, so seeing what they did, it's like, oh, all right, that was like an insta buy for me. Even though their whole promotion and marketing was kind of like wasn't like non-existent. It's like, okay, the day before they release, here's something on YouTube. Then the next day it's out, which where other apps where they give you like literally like maybe a month or maybe a week a notice, stuff like that. And then the only time I figure out stuff came out these days is pretty much, oh, hey, let's see what Doug's on Doug sound test room. Oh, what? This came out? Really? Or it's about to come out. One time you know about some apps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Doug be having the early release. So.
Yeah.
Doug's I never used this joint here. I remember seeing this and just I didn't really want this because I felt like I don't know. I just felt like like all like the 808 drum sounds are available, like widely available. So I just and it wasn't. The only sound I really probably wanted was like the snare and the hi hat, yeah, snare and the hi hat. That's it, really.
Yeah, I got that to get it. I got that to get it. The 808 joint. I just got it was there, and I didn't try out any of his apps before. And that's the thing about iOS. Everything's so affordable that, you know, you can go out and try it out. And then, unfortunately, you get bored after a while. So I found myself trying to cut back on the things that I do pick up and trying to focus on some things, because a lot of it's redundant a little bit. I ain't going to lie. Like, there's a lot of shit that do the same thing. And they might have a tight sound, but if it's doing the same thing I'm already using, I'm going to just go back to the original joint I bought the first time around. But the 808 joint that she just put up there, I used it for 2 seconds and I just closed it up because I didn't really wasn't feeling it. Really.
Same thing with me. I never opened it again.
What's that right there? What's this right here?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Yeah, this is one of the synths. Let me tell you the exact name.
Yeah, this one looks really dope.
Yeah,
the analog synth, the EGSY01.
Oh, okay.
Analog synth.
How much is that one?
That one is $8.99.
Granular too. That's hot.
He's got a lot of stuff. No.
Yeah, this
he has other drum machines too. Let me show you.
This looks like the best thing I've seen so far.
Yeah,
it looks all right.
I can tell you the reason why I stopped messing with this one, because I was in my phase where once I started learning about frequency modulation, synthesis, and learning that was like how a lot of people started sounding like Skrillex and stuff like that. That's what I was trying to go for, something that sounded like, and I realized that it takes a lot of processing to do, to where there was only like 2 ways you was going to be able to do that. Well, I mean, on the desktop, the traditional desktop and laptop, it's easy because all you got to do is get either FM8, Massive, or Serum, and then you're good. But not many people on YouTube are teaching you actually how to kind of get that sound down in. And I was just on the thing of, I wonder if I can get an app that can do that for frequency modulation. And then at the time, I just kept on just like, I think the best frequency FM app is FM4 by Primal Audio. Like it's an older app from like, I think like 3 or 4 years ago, and like you can still get it today. I mean, it doesn't have AU, but like like in comparison, like Bros, he makes a lot of apps. He has an FM app called, I think, Troublemaker. Like, I mean, it's all right.
Phase Maker.
Like six operators, but compared to the Primal Audio FM4 still is sound quality is like way better than what Bros did. I mean, no bad thing for Bram, because Bram makes some good stuff though.
You talking about the Phase Maker joint for Bros, right? Like the brown one. Yeah, I love that joint, man. I love that joint. I be making like that joint. It makes some real, like, you can make some real like crazy, crazy sounds with the FM synthesis. You know what I mean? Like it's really like, it's really nuts. Like what you can do with that. You know what I mean? And just like you said, about like all the operators, you said you only got like 6, right?
Yeah, it has 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like FM synthesis is dope. Like I like FM synthesis. I like synthesizers. Period. You know what I mean? But I like that joint. I never used the other joint you're talking about though. Like which FM4.
I'm bringing that up right now, but this is the other drum machine that Elliot Garage has. But
yeah, I saw this one too. I was like, I'm good.
The last synth looks cool though, because I'd use that for like an MPK Mini, because I saw where you can map all the parameters out.
On what? On this joint?
The last one, the EG.
That one.
Yeah. This one. I think I would get this one. Like, I'm gonna look into this one. Like definitely, because it just looks. It looks like it got like a lot of nice little like synthesis features. You know what I mean?
Is that AUV3?
Hold on, let me bring up the details for this.
I doubt it.
It looked like it. Hey, as long as you got in-app audio, I'm good to go, because I still use that. Like,
yeah, I was a fan of in-app audio too, but I see the AU3, the wave going on, and when I started messing around with it with some different apps too, I'm like, damn, I don't use it as much. And I even made a tutorial about AUV3 a while back, and I'm like, let me go back to that tutorial that I made, because I totally forgot about AUV3.
Yeah, no, I go back and forth with all of it. Like I like the in-app audio because it forces you to commit. You know what I mean? Like you kind of got to commit to you don't have that option to open it back up and be like, oh, I want to tweak this or tweak that. I mean, you can, but like it kind of forces you to commit, and kind of for me that just works.
Oh yeah, I like both. I like both. But
this one said in-app audio.
Yep.
AU3.
Oh, okay, add this in.
Oh, we in there. Wait, and that says get?
It's pretty good to say the truth. Yeah. Wow.
Wait, that says get, which means it's free until you get to. Oh wait, you know what course? That AUV3 course.
Oh really?
Probably.
Yeah,
that's how it usually is.
If
that's the case, I use the in-app audio like I'm like I don't care.
This is called EG Send One.
Yeah.
EG, yep.
Oh, okay. You can use it as a standalone, but then once you start trying to use parameters with it, you gotta.
Okay, this is the light version. That's why it says get. So.
Oh. Okay,
and he does that.
Okay.
He gives you a light version of everything, and then
you can upgrade.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. No. I like that. See.
Yeah.
Like
so you get to play with it.
Right.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. Like sometimes, like, because I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten a couple apps where like I was like, yo, this is gonna be the one. And yeah, chief.
Yeah. That's it.
I remember I got this one app. I forgot what it was. It was like this drum app, and it had like all these different like drum synths in it where you could like make drums and all that. And I got it, and it was just like so impossible to use, and it just did not work out, and I was mad because
Spark?
I was supposed to be like, nah. I know I seen Spark. Nah, I didn't get that. I
okay.
I forgot what it's called.
I think I know what you talk about. Where was it? Made by Waldorf, the ones who made Nave?
No. I wanted that Waldorf drum app, but I didn't get that one. I was going to get that one, but I decided I wasn't. Oh man, I got it in here somewhere. I'll find it. Tell you exactly what it is.
And this is the FM4 on the screen.
Oh, this gonna look crazy too.
This look dope.
Yeah, like I said, for FM, that's been like me personally, it's like the most legit sounding like FM engine app that I've heard. Like anything else that came out after it, it's like I kind of compare it to that. I mean, yeah, you got Audio Kit, but they're more or less of like, well, they already sampled it, already made like parameters where it's easy for you to kind of, where you can't go wrong with it. So you can't really do full control. Where this, you kind of get full control. It only has like so many stuff. I mean, it's limited, but like I said, the sound quality is it's still top notch. Like that's one of those apps where I wish they would be like, hey, change the AUV3. But when it comes to stuff with internet audio, I got a simple fix. I just go into RE Pro, arrange everything, get it all set up, and then I just highlight that track and then bounce it to the audio. Boom, good. And then I can just
that's it.
And then I just go to the next track and just do the same thing.
Good.
Because I mean, that's how I started off with iOS. Like when once I figured out how to use Audio Bus, what I did was I get Beatmaker 3. I'd make a little phrase of part of the song, and I would record it in the aria, and then I just kept on doing it down the tracks until I got everything done. And once I'm done using Beatmaker 2, close that out and just mix and master the rest on the aria.
Yo, I see. I like in-app audio because I'll still use it because I come from hardware, you know what I mean? So like, I remember having a drum machine and a synth, and that synth wasn't multi-timbral, so I could get like a melody out of it, sample that, go back. I'm gonna get something else out of it, sample that, go back. You know what I mean? And then layer them all on top of each other. So like,
exactly.
So like, but I read somewhere, or I was either reading or watching a video. They were saying like somewhere, that in-app audio is like with them saying it's being deprecated, is them basically telling people that like, yo, like we're moving more towards this AUV3 format or whatever, right? But if the people still use in-app audio and we make enough of a fuss about it,
yeah.
You know, it should. There's a possibility it should stay because you see like apps like Thor, Nave. They wasn't like, oh yeah, we're going like Nave could ease. Nave is a VST on the computer for like $85 or something like that. You know what I mean? And on iOS, I forgot how much I paid for. I probably paid like $20-something for it or whatever.
Was it even that much?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Thor was pricey at the time.
Yeah, Thor was like I got Thor for like 15, and Nave I forget how much I got it for. But like all I'm saying is like they like you see Propellerhead, they're like, oh, we're gonna make our own app, and they made their own app, and what it's in the app audio if you want.
It's 20 now, Nave.
But Nave is 20, yeah. And it's worth every penny.
Yeah,
Nave is fire.
Yeah, I still use Nave. Yeah,
you know, and it's basically a desktop synth on your iOS device. You know what I mean? But like I just think that in-app audio. I think they did that to like kind of like scare the companies into like saying like, hey, you got to fit this format. But the people who still using that old stuff, like I don't think. They could take it out, but like I think like if people make enough of a fuss about it, like people like us, like you know, like we say like, hey, in-app audio is still useful. It's still, you know, like, I think it'll still stay there. You know, I think they'll be mad as hell that it's still there, but I think it'll stay there. You know what I mean? Like it don't. To me, it don't make sense to get rid of it, huh?
I said to play that devil's advocate. I think part of it is the AUV3. When you have you can use it more like a plugin. Like you have multiple instances of an app opened up, like with BeatHawk. Like that's a dope app too. But at least the sound library is dope. But the actual app by itself, standalone, is kind of whack to me. But I use it as an AUV3 inside Beatmaker 3, or even inside AUM, and you have the ability to control the parameters inside of Beatmaker 3, as opposed to like if you use it as an in-app audio. You have two separate programs opened up, and then you can't have the ability to open up multiple instances of that app.
Yeah, no, I get that. I completely get that. Like, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, there's like, it still works. That's what I'm saying. It still works, and like, and for me, it's like, it's like it's more this thing where people don't want to, like, they don't want to commit. Like yo, if you make a dope sound or something, they're like you don't want to commit to it. What you can do, save that sound, save that patch, then make your next patch. You know what I mean? Like at the end, you end up with like 1,000 original patches that nobody got, like because you're saying, you know what I mean? But like I mean, like it's pros and cons for both. You know, I'm not saying like I don't like AUV3. I'm just more so saying like. In-app audio is still very useful to me. It's still very useful, and I like the concept of like actually recording audio as it goes. Like, for me, because like I said, I still use hardware. You know what I mean?
Especially when stuff crashes too.
Yeah.
Because I know, like with Beatmaker 3, when I ran into a crash and you make a preset and then it crashes and you lose a preset, so I do get having it hard recording the file as opposed to like. If something crashes, then you got to go back to square one and try to figure out how to duplicate that process and where did I have this parameter and where did I have that? Where did I have that?
Yeah, that autosave never does not.
It doesn't get you. You gotta say, yo, Beatmaker 3, yo, I save every 2 seconds. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every 2 minutes, excuse me. Like every 2 minutes, been 2 minutes, save. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna get me. And sometimes I could tell right before it's gonna crash. I'd be like, yo, I didn't save, did I? And next thing I know, I go to touch something, and that's gonna be like,
and he goes,
constantly saving like you writing a book report. You know,
exactly.
I'm telling you, man, that Beatmaker 3 autosave is just a condom for porcupines, man. That's all it is.
Man, that's one way to put it too. For real.
Wait. Wait.
Okay, Jay. That was the funniest shit. Oh man.
Pointless.
Yo.
See what I did there?
Oh my God, yo, bro, where you come
Said pointless. You stupid.
Pointless.
Pointless.
Oh my God,
man.
yo, I'm done with you.
Oh boy. So I think we covered the EG calls. Veered off again into
Yo. Oh my God. Yo, that has to go on a clip.
And it will. We will.
Oh my God.
You know I do it. We definitely will put that in a clip.
Oh shit, sir, that's hilarious.
Nah, last week's episode was the funniest episode. I was in here crying, real tears, editing that shit.
Oh my goodness.
Like crying.
Oh man.
I believe it too.
And I'm not even taking the shit out. I don't care. I'm leaving that shit in there. Last week when I was fucking up the names and just telling this bugger about herself. That should have stayed right in there.
Oh man.
I'm gonna chase all the developers away from her.
Be ready for that. Be ready for that smoke.
Yo, her name was Bugger. I'm sorry. It was Bugger.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was
Bugger.
Bugger.
Christina Bugger.
Right? That's where that
it was
that's where that Bouger came from.
It was B-U-G-A. So I was like, I'm not even gonna say this shit. And then bro Cypha tried to say it. And then,
I was like, yo, it's Bouger.
Yeah, it was bad.
Bouger.
Yeah.
They go come for us, man. Like,
my
name is not Bugger, so what would you say?
Thanks for listening, everyone. For those who's listening on a podcast that want visuals, click the link in our bio and you can see some visuals on our YouTube. Check us out at WeSampleEverything.com. We Sample Everything on Instagram, Twitter. You could get me Chick on the Beat on Instagram. Fellas, you want to plug yourself and go down the line, plug your Instagrams or whatever?
You hit me up at Beatmakeristhesquad.
All right, yeah, you can hit me up at Mind Altering Effects on IG or YouTube.
Yeah, you getting me a Cypha Omni on everything, IG, Twitter, YouTube.
Micromix.com, DragonFly_Bry on IG.
And you can find me at J1StarBeatz on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right, so next week we're gonna fuck with Audio Bus and what else?
AUM.
AUM.
Oh yeah.
Right.
All right. That sounds good.